Whenever you're ready.
So we're recording?
Yep.
All right. So, technical difficulties aside, welcome back from the water cooler talk. Welcome back. You have some other things on the docket today, and I have my friend Julian Sachs with me. Say hello, Julian.
Hi, I'm Julian Sachs.
Julian here is a trumpet player. He goes to my school, full of opinions, and we both share a similar story, which we will talk about a little bit later.
All right.
So first thing we're going to talk about today on Water Cooler Talk is Woody Harrelson saying that 5G internet is related to coronavirus.
All right. So, I'm just gonna jump right in. Zombieland Double Tap was an absolute flop, and
It looked good though.
it did look good, but I'm pretty sure. Here, I'm gonna look up. We're gonna use the reliable internet, and we're gonna get some evidence.
We're not talking about that though.
Yeah.
It was a flop, but we're talking about how people, celebrities with huge, impact and influence on the community could just say random ass shit.
Yeah.
It's like you need to understand how many people your opinion is influencing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just like what Trump said with like drinking, detergent or whatever it is.
Yeah, injecting and putting UV lights in your body. That's just not.
Like, you don't understand that when you are a celebrity or a president of the United States, your words have meaning and impact.
Yeah.
So
and if you
I feel like
understand that, you just shouldn't be talking.
Exactly. And this can sound a little Spider-Man cheesy, but with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
It's true. I mean, there's a reason why he said it. It's because you just need to have a reminder that people look up to you, Woody Harrelson, and like I did, I don't anymore.
I mean, I never really looked up to Woody Harrelson, but
like he's a good actor.
Yeah,
but for example, Kyrie.
Yeah, exactly.
Kyrie believes the Earth is flat. Now, I believe everyone is entitled to their own opinion, of course. But just openly saying that and not just saying, like, if I realized that I had an opinion that not everyone agreed with or very few people agreed with, I would just preface when I say it, now, I don't know this to be true.
Yeah, it's a sensitive topic.
I mean, like, people have been arguing about this forever. I mean, the Earth is flat, even though it seems like a weird thing to be arguing about. But people are arguing about it. And I think it's very important that they understand what kind of influence and how far their words are carried.
Yeah.
So he said some really weird shit. Like, he's just a conspiracy theorist, just like Kyrie. He's just, It's not cool to joke about this. I don't know if you saw this, but Josh Brolin, Thanos, he released an apology because he was like hanging out outside of social distancing. I think this is a big man move. No, anyone.
He has more influence than
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, or Kyrie.
Have you seen Hail Caesar?
No.
It is so good. It's a period piece about like golden age of Hollywood and about communes. It's very cool. Anyway, I thought what he did was very, very big of him. He didn't have to do that.
He didn't even have to come clean.
No, he didn't. But he admitted, he said he was sorry, and that's a pretty big move for a celebrity. So, Woody, you gotta look up to him.
Yeah. And I think Josh Brolin's a great influence, even outside of coronavirus.
So, this is our first story time today. One of two. I'm gonna tell my story of my camp horror story. Then we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna talk about our creepy sex ed teacher, Gloria. Right? Sounds good. So, Julian, I want you to listen and react to my story.
I've heard this before, so I'm excited to hear it again.
All right.
It's a great story.
I was 11, and as you know, I'm really big into musical theater. So I took a theater camp at Idlewild Arts. I'm not revealing their name because they really dropped the ball here. So it's the first time I've gone away to camp. And I got there, and I was with, the usual gang of misfit toys. A blonde kid whose dad died like a couple days before we went on the trip. I don't know why he didn't cancel. I mean, of course it's horrible,
Yeah.
but why would you take your kid to camp for that? A black kid, it's just describing him, I'm not racist, named Xavier, who had
I
a
heard.
white dad, and he cried when he would leave. So a lot of separation. Of course, we were 11, so it's a little understandable. But they had to tear him away. So Xavier left. Xavier's dad left. And it was me, this kid, Josh, who's a really nice kid, but he was leaving after the first week. It was a 2-week camp.
Yeah.
So that night, they had really good food there. I will say they had good food. But it was a classic 8 o'clock bedtime and a 6 o'clock wake up time. Just, normal camp shit. I had 2 counselors, Rondell and Lewis. Rondell was a wannabe action movie star. I liked him. Lewis was very flamboyant and was into kissing the kids goodnight for bed. He would come in, shut off the lights, and kiss us on the cheek. Not kidding. I didn't tell you this, Julian.
I believe that.
And so that one night, Xavier was very unhappy. And so he decided that he would throw up on my bed and my sheets. I mean, he had a bed, but he was on his bed and then just ran over to my bed and threw up all over it. And so they took the sheets. It was like yellow, tons projectile vomiting. And Lewis came in. He was like, "Boys, what's going on?" And I took, this kid, Xavier, threw up on me. Weird fingers, too. Really weird fingers. And they took off the sheets of my bed, gave me replacement sheets, and then balled up the throw up and put it on top of my shoes, which were in the closet, which I'm like, fantastic. And I wasn't feeling homesick quite yet, but I'm like, all right, let's audition for musical. Now the musical, Idlewild is a very good boarding school. It's like one half of the camp to this way is rustic and cabins, and the other half is like really modern. There's like dorms.
Yeah.
We stayed in dorms, but they were like bad. There was fungus in the shower.
Smelled like.
Yeah, smelled horrible.
Yeah.
Spider problem. Then I auditioned.
Showers.
Yeah, and I not warm water.
Yeah.
I got the 3rd lead in the entire musical. I was proud of that. I played a Russian spy, and I was looking at the cast list, and I found out that they added a part. You know how they add parts sometimes when there's not enough kids, not enough roles for the kids, and who would be playing the part. Anyway, so the part they added, they cut my part in half, like a day into doing the show, and they gave the other half of the part to Throw Up Boy, Xavier. Yeah, they gave it to him. And throughout the rehearsal process, they kept like, "Hey, are you cool if we take your line away and give it to Xavier?" And I'm like, "Sure, like of course," because I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
There was gonna be a dance at the end of the 2 weeks, like a dance, and I really liked this girl, the camp girls.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a basketball court, there was a pool, there was so many good amenities there. But since the theater program got out really late and they could hold you as long as they wanted, I never got to use them. So I would just go straight from the rehearsal area to the dinner area, which I had to wait in a 2-hour line.
Wow.
So that was awful. Xavier got over his throw up, missing his dad. And I was okay for a couple days. And then I realized I saw Xavier's dad back talking to the director. Turns out they're really close friends. A little bit of nepotism. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was a little angry. I felt really homesick at that point because I was 11.
Yeah.
I was much heavier than I was now. So I was going to the store all the time to buy candy. like Takis and everything. I still have the chubby cheeks, but I was a thick one.
Okay, can we pause this real fast?
Yeah, sure.
I have some really big news.
Say it.
The whole podcast. So Harry and I are big fans of Hard Rock Nick.
Big fans of Hard Rock Nick.
And Harry was DMing him.
If you don't know who Hard Rock Nick is, he is a social
Check
media
him out.
influencer. Check him out at Hard Rock Nick.
Yeah. And so I was DMing him. I was saying, "What's up, G? I love your work. And I don't get why you get so much hate, man." So that was at 1:27, and
Did you get a response?
at 2:20, I got a response from him.
Oh.
It's all from Trump haters. They're mad I went viral. Can you please like my last 200 posts?
They need more likes. So this guy, you can DM him. He'll respond. He just wants likes.
Great guy. He's an entrepreneur. He's a philanthropist.
We're gonna take a quick break from the story just so I can tell you my Hard Rock Nick story. I said, "How does anyone hate you, Hard Rock Nick?" He goes, "Jealousy, misery, revenge." He's very sexist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Stay strong, Nick." And he goes, "Harry, can you like my last 100 posts? I need more like." Same on TikTok. Follow and like all. Now, I don't know if this is like automatic response. I go, "Of course, anything for you, Nick." He liked it. And he goes, "You rule," period. I'm like, "No, you." And he goes, "Please sub to my videos and like all the vids, Harry. They badly need more likes." Anyway, he just asked me for more likes.
All right, so I'm actually piecing together a response to Hard Rock Nick right now. So you guys are gonna get to watch us come up with something.
Just say, "I'll do it" if you come on the podcast.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's what we do. Anyway, while you type that,
I will.
can you come on the podcast?
Nothing would bring me more pleasure.
So while you type that, I'm gonna continue my story. So I was really upset, and my friend Josh, who I really liked, my parents were gonna pick me up for one day after the first week.
He's DMing me right now. Wait, it's live. It's live.
All right.
He said thanks.
Anyway, there was an art show, and Josh was gonna leave after 1 week, and I was gonna go to the Eagles concert. So I got picked up. I was really upset, of course. Julian, we're nearing the end of the story. And my friend Josh left, and I went to the Eagles concert. And I was really wanting to go home after that, but I didn't want to tell my mom after she spent all the money for me to go there. Anywho, I went to the Eagles concert. I went home. I told my mom. I broke down, like crying, like I hate it there. Please don't make me go back. All my shit was there. My mom was very, very upset. Very, very upset. So she got a full refund. They acknowledged a full refund. We do have an update on Hard Rock Nick. He did respond.
He said, "Please sub and like all the vids."
Anyway, I didn't go back. They sent all my shit in a travel bag, including a pair of Xavier's underwear. I still have them to this day. They are a war battle scar. So, Julian, if you can stop the recording, we're going to take a little break. A little ad break. We'll be right back. And welcome back.
Hello, everybody.
The break. Now, we had to do a little bit of re-recording after Julian said the person's actual name.
A little too many times, yeah.
So I hope you've learned your lesson, Julian.
I have it written down, and it's just on my computer. So
we're here to talk about Gloria. But
yes, Gloria.
We're gonna use she a lot.
All right,
she was our sex ed teacher for 7th grade. She was just weird. Like
she was very weird.
So there's basically 3 random stories about Gloria that we're going to talk about.
I also want to have you read out my bar mitzvah speech if you still have that written down.
I don't. Not today. The first thing, we have a friend. She was also like the new counselor. And our friend Phelan, said the fuck word in class. And he got sent to Gloria's office on Halloween, okay? We've all been sent to the office before on a holiday. And we thought, okay, well, at least Salem gets to trick or treat. But no. Gloria
She held him in there.
Late, after school. He didn't get to go trick or treating. She held him from leaving. So he didn't get to go trick or treating. He got no candy on Halloween. That, like, you only get so many Halloweens, right?
I know, that was like the last Halloween that was actually like really.
That was a good Halloween.
It was a good Halloween, I remember.
He was invited to my Halloween party and he didn't get to go.
Yeah, I was at my friend Dylan's Halloween party, but yeah.
Another like problem was she put on this terrible Christmas party where we didn't.
It was our school did a Halloween dance in 6th grade, which was the year before she came, and it was a really fun time. Like it was actually
Christmas.
Great. Yeah, it was. The Halloween one was actually, it was after Halloween happened. Yeah, it was. But what happened, that was a great one. Our school did that. That was like the middle school event. But Gloria decided to do a winter themed bash, and there was like a fake beach and everything. It was so weird. It had nothing to do with winter.
They were showing Elf, the movie. And
really shitty pizza. There was really shitty pizza.
Fun was just taken. And
yeah.
My mom was late to pick me up that day. And I didn't want to go to the party, so I stayed at the pickup area. She would constantly come over to me and be like, "Give me your phone."
Are you talking about the one before winter break? I was thinking about the actual school dance thing. That's one. I didn't go to the movie thing. That was Gloria. She planned it and she like ruined it. I remember Mia like was ranting to me all about how Gloria ruined the school dance.
Anyway, so my mom was just late, as parents are sometimes. And she had the impression that I was lying to her and keeping my phone from her, which is my personal property. I have it. And she kept insisting that I give it to her. I'm like, no, my mom's just late. So when my mom showed up, I had her on my Bluetooth headphones. And I was about to leave, and then Gloria came. And she stopped me, and she started dressing me down, just yelling at me, saying, you can't lie to me. You can't lie. And I'm like, I didn't. My mom was late. Like, I wasn't trying to do anything. And guess who could hear through the Bluetooth headphones? My kick-ass mom. Now, my mom is one of the most fun people. You know her. She's
great. She gets mad though, and that's great. That's a good trait because she's protective. She's very protective.
And when she heard that, she lost it. So I was like, when I saw her come out of the car, and I could tell that some shit was going to go down, I went inside the car, and I was afraid. And I was kind of rooting for her a lot. And I just saw my mom begin to yell back at Gloria, which she deserved. And then she hopped back into the car with a little smile. And then we just went on Christmas break. And then so worried that that little problem would hurt my middle school year, which it didn't.
Yeah, but it might have. So
Sent her an apology letter. A letter. A thick letter. Like, it wasn't just like, sorry for that.
I remember your mom, when I came to your house, and your mom was like really pissed. Because your mom sent like the letter, and she also sent edible arrangements, right?
Yep, edible arrangements.
Yeah. And your mom was all like, Regan did not even respond or say anything.
Julian!
What?
Gloria.
Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. That was it. All right, we're going to bleep that out. But
You don't get to say Gloria anymore. You just have to say she.
All right.
So, I don't know how he keeps doing this. He's going to have to bleep this one out.
Yeah, I'm going to edit that out.
Anyhow, when our math teacher went on paternity leave, guess who would take over? Gloria. And she decided that it would be fantastic, as it was the last 2 weeks of school, to really ramp up the assignments. And she would also be writing our grades.
She was our math teacher. I'm not going to say she was our math teacher because That's not true.
Not fair.
She took over when we could have had an actual substitute.
Yeah.
And she
She
gave us a final project. Yeah.
Where we would design a garden. And we would have to use math to design the garden. And it was not something we've learned. It was a lot of just busy work, really. And apparently, like, that project really determined our grade, because I looked at my grades and I saw tons and tons of DCs. And it said who graded it. It said my first math teacher, who I'm not revealing any identities, Julian. Remember that?
Yep, I know.
And Gloria. So it was both of them were grading me. And that grade actually went towards Crossroads, which is the school that I applied to and did not get into. So if Crossroads, you're listening, I would love to come to your school. I really love it there. Please let me in. I have nothing but good things to say about that. But that was my 7th grade year. And another pretty awkward story is when, before the concert, that we have a cabaret every year. It was after basketball practice.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my friends decided to go to the burger place at the corner. We lived by a strip mall with a lot of good food in it. And it was like 8, 9-ish. We were all eating the burgers together. And then Gloria stops by. She orders her food, and she just plops down at our table. And, I mean, it's one thing for, like, a cool teacher to do that, but if someone is a sex ed teacher and they sit down in your room, in your table when you're eating dinner, that's just so weird, right?
Yeah, it was very weird. I heard this all, and then remember you brought it up the next class.
The next class is when Gloria asked us what type of things made us uncomfortable. And at which point I was just fed up with this. And I mean, she's been writing me emails home at this point saying how disruptive I've been in class, getting me in trouble. And I was just done at this point. So I just said, you make me uncomfortable. Because you constantly invite me to hang out in your office. You constantly try to email me home. You constantly try to ruin the relationship between my mom and me by writing me emails home saying things I didn't do.
Yeah, that was at that point in the year. It was like you were always getting emailed home. You would always get threatened.
The last straw. I would always get threatened.
There was like a group. There was a group. And I remember this one class is actually a really weird story. This was the most trouble I'd gotten in with her, even though I'd done a lot worse. That I should have gotten in trouble. I shouldn't have gotten in trouble this much for this one thing. I was tapping my foot under the table, and all right, sorry for that pause. We had a few issues, but we're back now. So, I was talking about this was about the So, in class, I was just tapping my leg. I was tapping my leg. I don't know why. I stayed up late the night before or something. Oh no, I think I went to like a concert the night before with some of my friends. Yeah, I was really tired. I don't know why I was tapping my foot. I just felt like
you tap your foot, it keeps you awake.
Yeah, I was like shaking my foot, and she couldn't even see it. I don't know why. She was like staring at my foot for some reason. So what happens is she's like, "You need to stop tapping your foot. It's distracting everybody in the class." I wasn't making any noise. I wasn't doing anything wrong. No one could see it. I was just
looking at a textbook control freak here.
The other thing is I have ADD. I'm going to come clean about this. I have ADD, and it's like hard sometimes. That's just how it is for me. And like other people with like ADHD or ADD, they'll understand. So she's like attacking me in front of the whole class, and I'm like telling her, you need to stop. This isn't okay. I'm not bothering anybody. No one cares. People were like, I didn't even notice this until you brought it up. And I was like, look, I have ADD, and I don't think you should be saying this in front of the whole class and like tearing me down and making me say that I have ADD in front of the whole class for redemption. And she still ended up sending me outside. She had a 15-minute talk with me, wasted my lunch. And then I ended up having to... Yeah, she would always waste people's lunch, but I ended up having
Wasting lunch is a big problem.
Yeah.
5th grade, when I had my talk with
Here, I'm
Chester,
gonna
who we'll
finish
talk about
this.
in the
Yeah.
next episode. Wasting lunch is the worst thing you can do for a kid.
So,
They need outdoor time.
yeah, and also eating lunch. I didn't eat lunch sometimes that year because of her. And also I ended up getting an email home and I had to like spend an hour talking to my parents because I was going to get in trouble with them. It was so dumb.
I'd
Because
like
I
to
got a
talk
stupid
about
email.
why you get emails home. Now, when you ask a teacher and you say, hey, why are you sending me an email home? They'll always say, just a little reminder. You're not in trouble, just a reminder. But when you send an email home, you're expecting the parents to yell at the kids or take something away from them. That's what you're expecting from an email home.
I think in some cases emails home are necessary.
If you're like actually doing
Yeah.
something
But
But
I don't know. That year I got a lot of emails home that weren't for anything
But
wrong.
when you have a parent who sides with the teacher all the
Yes,
time, like
I know. And my parents had to understand, and I had to like have so many talks. Remember, like when we would be on FaceTime, and my parents would be like, "Julian, you got an email home," and I remember this also happening with you. And there was a point your parents stopped believing those emails from that specific teacher and just didn't care. But that took a long time, and that my parents, they still believed it because they didn't really have it. They didn't see what was going on,
exactly.
like you had with your headphones on and the phone call.
What I did was what the emails do is that they slowly break away the trust between my parents and I.
It also just like
Then they'll bring it up later and say, "Hey, remember this? This is why we don't let you do this.
Exactly.
Why don't let that."
All right, I think this is a good time to segue into another topic.
Which topic?
I think it's time to talk about. I forgot what it was. It was a segment we did.
We already did the segment for this.
No,
got a little thing going on?
Yeah, got a little thing going on.
All right.
I want to ask you about your little thing going on.
Well, in this segment, we talked about if we have any romances going on. Now, since we lost the file with this, Julian, do you have a little thing going on?
I got a little thing going on. Before I talk about that, it's not that much, so I wanted to know about what happened with you and how you strive to improve in the next.
Well, as we know, when the best role you have in a conversation is the consoler. Everyone loves a guy who can. And I am not a looker, and I don't have the best body. So what I do is I'm funny. That's what I do. I'm a funny maker. I make funnies, and I'm also a very good listener. I'm telling you, that is what you need to do. Don't feel insecure about how you look.
Just be yourself and
be kind.
Be open and ask them about themselves and talk about your interests and their interests. And it's actually pretty fun.
So I've had a little thing going on for the past couple of weeks.
Yes, you have.
And it's been going well. It's been going really well. She's sweet, really nice to me. Like, guys, make sure she's nice to you.
Yeah, don't go based on like looks or something. That's never.
We've all been down that path.
Yep.
No judgment here. But it's just so important that you feel valued, heard.
It really is that both of you do.
So that's my little thing going on. Julian, tell me about your little thing going on.
All right, so we've been talking a lot, and we were FaceTiming yesterday. Talking. We texted today. We haven't been able to talk today because of online school, but
What a train wreck that is.
Yeah, but at least we get to be talking to the teachers and not doing just worksheets, because that would have been a lot worse. But I wanted to say that I'm really excited to see this in the future, and I will be keeping all of you updated.
Yeah. So since it was just a re-record, I don't think we need to do into so much more detail.
Yeah, we really don't.
I need to really work on the editing to make sure this gets up in the right hours. So this has been Water Cooler Talk. I am Harry Simon.
I'm Julian Sachs, and thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you for listening. We'll have another one tomorrow.
It's much appreciated. Yeah.
We have a recording session later today.
Yes, we do.
So take care, and goodbye.
Bye, everyone.